Hi everyone, just a quick video on a voltage drop test. So what is a voltage drop test? Well, a voltage drop test simply is how much voltage is lost point to point on a circuit. So all electrical circuits are going to have inefficiencies and they'll lose a little bit of voltage. But if that voltage drops too high, then that motor or that bulb or that alternator or whatever is not going to function. So this is a way of testing the wiring for the condition of the wire itself and all the connectors and contacts in between. So how are we going to do it? Well, first of all, we're going to get the multimeter and we're going to set it to 20 DC volts. So I've got the black lead in the COM and the red lead in the voltage post connector on there. And I've got it set to 20, which is 20 DC volts, looking at that symbol there, because it's a DC volt battery, obviously. At 12.68 volts that battery is producing. And even when the alternator is running, it's only a couple of volts higher than that, 14.46. So having it in the 20 range is well within what we need. So obviously every circuit's got a positive side and a negative. So first of all, I've put the lead in the black lead onto the positive contact, and then I'm going to attach it to the positive contact of the alternator, because that's what I'm going to test. I don't know if you can quite see there, but just on the end of my finger there, that's the contact. It's the largest nut on the side of the alternator, is the positive side. And then all I'm going to do is take a reading, and then I'm going to move the lead across to the negative side, and then the alternator is actually earthed to the car chassis via the engine. So all I need to do is touch the contact on the casing of the alternator. That will transfer through the engine, through the chassis and back to the battery as well. So that'll be the negative side. I have made a tiny shiny mark in the middle of the alternator there, I don't know if you can see, just above that temperature sensor, to make sure that I've got a good contact. Obviously if it's rusty, it won't connect, so you need to make sure you've got a little shiny section on there. So again, set to 20 DC, positive side first. Being a 12 volt circuit, I wouldn't want to see any more voltage drop than 1 volt. Anything sort of 0.8 upwards, I'm going to suggest that there's a bad contact or a bad wire on there. You want obviously as low as possible to be as efficient as possible. So let's start the car next. I'm just going to jump in the car and start it, and then we'll do the test. Okay, because it's quite tight, all I'm going to do is take the, I've obviously got the crocodile clip over there, and I've actually just got a probe here. I'm going to touch that electrical connector that I mentioned, which is the largest nut there on the side of the alternator. It's giving me a reading of 0.06 of a volt, so there's very little voltage being lost on that side of the circuit, which is good. So I'm pretty happy the condition of the wiring on that side of the circuit is okay, because I'm losing very little voltage. So next what I'm going to do is I'm going to move the crocodile clip. The positive side seems good, onto the negative side. And then I'm going to do what I said before, which is to touch the casing of the alternator on the shiny bit, which I've just cleaned. So here we go. Just get it onto the shiny bit, which is nice and clean. There we go. And on that side of the circuit it's 0.08 of a volt. So overall I'm only losing 0.1 of a volt, 0.14 of a volt, which is well within the up to 1 volt you'd look to see. Again, anything over about 0.8 of a volt and it suggests there's a poor connection somewhere, but being 0.1 volts or 0.14 volts, the wiring both inside the alternator and to and from the battery is in good condition, so I've got nothing to worry about there. If your alternator wasn't charging and it was a new alternator, this is the sort of test you might do. Again, if you put a new motor in and it's still not working, this is the test to do. So I hope that makes sense, and that's how to do a voltage drop test. See you on the next one.